Ba weep grana weep ninny bong, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be checking out X-Transbots Tentacled Monster, also Dr. Wu Gets Toxic, and then we're also going to be bringing you a few more pictures of StarToys Blitzwing. And I was right, most importantly I was right. All this and much more coming up in the next few minutes.
And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
So happy 2023. Hope everybody had a good break over the Christmas and holiday period. I certainly did. As I've said it before, I played a lot of Vampire Survive, and also now just started playing Wasteland 3 on the old Xbox. And now we're looking forward to 2023 and everything that we've got in store, certainly from the Transformers point of view. And it looks to be a really good year ahead. Something that I just want to pick up on, first of all, from the last year, was we were talking to the team over at Vectron Labs. They have come back to me now, and they have said that within the next 3 days they should have the response to all of the lovely questions we put to them. So hopefully by this time next week we'll have the responses, and I'll have put together a little video with all the responses, and then fingers crossed we'll have that live update, that live conversation with them at some point in the future. As always, thank you so much for your support on this little project that we've had with Vectron Labs. Really looking forward to seeing what some of their responses are. Kicking off today though with Funbie Studios, who are still trying to upgrade good old Starsaber from HasLab. Now they are giving you a bigger sword, because one thing that everybody was highly aware of was the sword was a little small. It was a little small, the sword that we got from Hasbro, and this one is much bigger and just looks so much better up against this figure. The figure itself, hey, you either love it or you hate it. I know some people are very disappointed in how this figure has turned out, but Funbie Studios, keep an eye on them, because they are really trying to make this figure just a little teensy bit better. Don't forget, everything that Funbie Studios does is 3D printed, which means that you get the plans and you print it at home. Next up, we have Dr. Wu. So Dr. Wu, who make even smaller bots than the core class that you get from Hasbro, are now coming up with the toxic version of their Prime. I love this version of Prime. Newage did the perfect version of this last year, and now the Dr. Wu are kind of following up here with this toxic danger, this toxic transformer, looking pretty cool as well. I have always said that this is an okay looking version of Prime. I don't quite like the way that his titties move, but his abs kind of stay in place. It's always been a bit off-putting, so I never picked this up. But I do like the way that Dr. Wu is branching out into lots of different colorways, especially with this toxic transformer. And I do have to say that when it's in its alt mode here, it does kind of remind me of the cab for Rough Stuff. Remember from the Micromasters line, it really gives me Rough Stuff vibes. So if you haven't got a Rough Stuff in your collection, could kind of sit there as a Micromaster Rough Stuff. Why not? StarToys are now showing off a coloured version of their Blitzwing, so it's pretty far along, a lot further along than we thought, because we only saw the prototype for this a few weeks ago, and now we can see the colour. This may be the hand-painted one, but we also see the box art and everything in the background, so it's pretty far down the production line, and it looks awesome. Look at all the accessories. You get a sword, a gun, and an extra faceplate. I do think that both the tank and the plane mode look exceptional as well. This is something that may be winging its way into my collection. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. We did have a few discussion about this. What do we think the best Blitzwing is that's out there? I have to say, this is coming for some crowns. I think this could be an absolutely fantastic one. The X-Transbots have kicked off this year, showing us their take on the Prosecutor, and this thing looks insane. This has to be one of the best looking Prosecutors I've ever seen in my life. I think this is a thing of beauty, and I'm really tempted had I not have bought their version of the Quintesson. Now, This works in a similar process. I know there's mechanical stuff going on the inside, and it's still got this really nice looking, but I have to say, from having the Quintesson, dodgy remote. I don't know what batteries this thing's going to take, because the Quintesson took crazy batteries that I had to order from Amazon. They weren't the normal type, and then it's going to be radio controlled, which is cool, so it's going to make the sounds and all of this kind of stuff, and have motorized arms, I believe, this one. But the reason I'm not picking this up is because the Quintesson really let me down. I gave it a bit of a pass, to be fair, when I first got it, but it's sat in my collection for a while now, and I keep thinking, yeah, it's a real disappointment. So for me, although this looks absolutely amazing, I will definitely be giving this one a bit of a wide berth until I see some other people review it. First of all, let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. Did your Quintesson work? Are you picking this one up? Have you got your pre-order in already? For me, it's a thing of beauty, but I've just got a bad feeling about it. Moving over to the world of Newage, and we spoke about Skywarp last week, and now he's available up on Show Z, so you can get your pre-order in right now for that Skywarp. Also, Newage is saying that Shattered Glass Jetfire is getting ready to ship. This bad boy looks absolutely amazing. Newage just absolutely killing it at the moment. And speaking of Newage killing it at the moment, I was right. I called it. I did say that their Michael was going to be Omega Supreme, and they did the reveal over on Manga Motion. Highly recommend that you go in, check this video out, this full reveal that they did. I'll link it down in the description, because this is a really cool way to reveal a product. They did an 80s style toy advert with Starscream's voice and everything, and then went into a bit of a transformation, and also did some comparisons, so you can see here it compared to the size of the wall for Cybertron. And also since then we have a few more product shots done in studios showing how flexible and posable this dude is. Yes, he is still a parts former. Omega Supreme is always a parts former, and this is from Newage, so you have to remember that this is going to be legend scale, but this is probably going to be one of the biggest things that they've ever done. It's already bigger than the Devastator. It also has this other mode where the Heat turns into the cannon, because the cannon is what turns into the Heat, or the motorized tank. Yes, the tank is motorized in this one as well. Really cool. This is one of the most exciting projects that we've seen them do, so it'll be really interesting to see what else Newage are going to be able to tackle. We saw it next to the G1 as well, so we can see how small it is versus that. The detailing on this dude looks really cool. Newage is my favorite third-party company. I love everything that they're trying to achieve at the moment, and get really in there with the G1 designs. You can see the whole family together, and yeah, I think I would have liked to have seen this dude be a little bit bigger. Unfortunately, he's only a little bit bigger than Devastator, and I'm trying to remember when I think back to the G1 cartoon. Is that accurate? I don't know. Sizes change, right? Especially that size of Devastator. He also looks a little bit more silvery and grayer in some of the pictures versus what we have on some of the other images, so it'll be interesting to see how the old colorway comes out in the end. But we also know that this will not be the only colorway that we get of this figure. Newage absolutely will rinse this one, and I'm sure we will get about 3 or 4 different versions of this. Really cool. I cannot wait. Go check out that Manga Motion reveal down in the description, because it is epic. So that is everything from me on this Transformers Wednesday. Yeah, I had to do this one on a Wednesday, and I'm glad I did, because I got a few more extra things in here, certainly around the Newage piece. Let me know your thoughts on everything down in the comments, and as always, if you're new around here, think I'll give me a like, a share, and a subscribe, because it really does help me out, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright team, in a bit. Peace.